Okay, so for this activity, we're graphing linear inequalities. This is the first time I've kind of stepped it up for you guys. I've been saying I'm going to, and this time it really will happen. We are going to be, let's make sure I have this here. All right, there's what I want. We're going to be graphing these, and we should remember this, but again, some of you guys have kind of forgotten. I thought that was interesting with this lesson, the whole Pac-Man joke we always had, Pac-Man method. But let's make sure we remember what we're doing here. So we're going to start with the 4. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, I can handle this. We're going to put a point, and then we're going to go ahead and go down 3 over 1, down 1, down 2, down 3 over 1. And from there, I'm going to head and grab my ruler, and I see that it's less than or equal to, or actually greater than or equal to. That equal to means it's going to be a straight line, which is good to know. Straight line, okay? Now this is where people mess up. So let's go over this one more time. If it's y is greater than or equal to negative 3x plus 4, and I decide I am using the 0, 0 method only, ladies and gentlemen, David, Jacob, Nunez, all of you guys that think you're so creative with your crazy methods. 0, 0. I am plugging in this coordinate right here, 0, 0, all right? And if that coordinate fits into my equation and it's a true statement, if it's a true statement, if it checks out, then I'm going to shade all over the area that would be on top of the origin. It's okay. If it's a false statement, I will not. I will shade the opposite. So let's check this out. Is, hold on, not y, is 0 greater than or equal to? Well, this is all 0 here. 0 plus 4. Is 0 greater than or equal to 4? No, 0 is not greater than 4. So guess which way I'm shading? All right, I'm shading all over this side right here, okay? And that's exactly what your answer could look like. All right, let's do another one. I'm going to graph this one. I'm going to start at negative 5. I'm going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now from here, I am going to draw my line again. And what's nice is, again, it's going to be a solid line. All right. And am I going to be shading above or below? Again, I don't want you guys using any other method than the origin method, okay? There are some different ways, like you can shade above the line for greater than, below the line for less than, and that method usually does work, but I've seen sometimes people get mixed up. Best way to do it is 0. You plug in 0 here, you plug in 0 here. Plug in your origin. Is 0 less than or equal to, all this turns to 0, negative 5. Is 0 less than or equal to negative 5? Is 0 less than negative 5? No, that's a false statement. 0 is not less. 0 is bigger than negative 5. I'd rather have $0 than negative $5. Okay? So I'm shading not over the origin. Why am I not shading the origin? Because that was a false statement. Are we good? Okay, cool. Go ahead and do the next one. I'm going to start at negative 5. I'm going to go down 1 over 1. And what's the opposite? Could I keep the pattern going this way? Could I go up 1 to the left 1? All right. Remember, you can go backwards too. And what's nice about this one is I kind of just made my line, didn't I? Because isn't this going to be a dotted line? I really wanted to do it this way. Can I just pick a couple of those lines to actually connect here? All right. We're good. And then 0 is 0 greater than negative x, which is going to be negative 0 minus 5. Is 0 greater than negative 5? Yes, sir. All right, so you're shading all over the origin. We're shading over the origin because that statement was true. The origin was true. You shade over the origin when it's a true statement. You do not when it's false. All right, I got a lot going on here. I'm going to erase this part. This one's a little confusing. I'm going to raise this up a little bit. And remember, y is greater than negative 4. All they're telling you is that y and negative 4. So go to negative 4 on the y. That's your only clue they gave you, okay? Now, this is the confusing part. Which way do I draw my line? If I drew it this way, every single point on this equation, the y value would be -4, correct? This would be -6, 5, or -6, -4. This would be -5, -4. See what I'm saying? This would be -4, -4. So the y value would always stay the same, and the y value would be -4. Now, what did I do wrong there? Should have been a dashed or dotted line, okay? Now, from there, what are we going to do? We're going to shade up or we're going to shade down. And we are going to shade, this is interesting, is 0 greater than -4? I plugged in my origin again, but all I have is the y value of my origin. Is 0 greater than -4? Yes. So you're going to shade over the origin. Now, this method, greater than always means up, less than always means down in this kind of environment too. You would shade up for greater than, less than for down, okay? Now, let's step up a little bit with systems. All right, let me see if I can get back to this. All right, let's take a look at this one now. So when we are dealing with systems, nothing's changed. We're just going to be dealing with graphing both of them on the same graph, and you're only going to keep the one that actually has the overlapping of the shading. And all of this should come back and trigger your memory a little bit. All right, so -2, graph from there, down 1 to the right one. All right, and then we're going to shade a solid line. I'm going to make this super accurate because I got the ruler. I say, why not? Let's do this. So right here. And then now, I plug in 0, 0 for this method. If I plug in 0 is less than or equal to 0 minus 2, is 0 less than or equal to -2? 0 is not less than, 0 is greater than. All right, so we're going to be shading not on the origin. We're going to shade opposite the origin. So we're going to shade all over here. All right, this whole chunk would be shaded. Okay, now let me get rid of this and let's go ahead and do the next one. So I'm going to do the next one in a different color. I'm going to get creative here. And if I say this is +2, and I'll make this bigger. So the y-intercept is +2. And I'm going to go down 5 over 1. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. All right, I'm going to take out my handy ruler. Graph that. Okay, now I'm going to plug this in again to see how are we doing with this. So let's make sure it's going to be 0 is greater than or equal to. It starts to get pretty easy when you're plugging in zeros here and here. You know that all cancels out. What are you doing? That all cancels out, and this is all 0. So is 0 greater than or equal to 2? 0 is not greater than 2. So are you going to shade over the origin? Where is the origin? Right here. Am I going to shade over the origin? No, I am not shading the origin. So I'm shading opposite the side of the origin. So really, if I was shading this, it would be all of this side here. Well, if we're getting fancy, where is the overlapping? Some of you guys can see it, all right? Let me get a little crazy here. And the overlapping was, drum roll, right here. That was your only piece. So if I ask you right now, give me a coordinate that would fit the solution. Give me a coordinate. This is kind of cool. Give me a coordinate that would fit into that solution. You could say a couple things. You could even tell me over 1 down -3. You could say over 1 -3 is an answer. The reason you could say that is because that is a solid line and this is a solid line, which means those answers are true on the solid line as well. But if you wanted to get super technical, give me a point like right in here. What point would be in there? Could I say over 2 down -4.5? Would that work? Look at it. It would. Okay. Could I say 2 -5? For sure. Could I say 2.5 and -5? Good. 2.5 negative 5 would be right there. All right. So kind of a cool problem. I like that. All right. Let me see if I can give you a tougher one. All right. And just because you're my honors, we're going to kick it up a notch. I love it. No big deal. When you look at this problem, it does not look proper. It does not look like it's in the right form. To be honest, this is actually in standard form. X plus y equals your constant. This is in standard form. It's almost ax plus bx equals c. And you've seen that, remember, with quadratic equations. So this is actually standard form, just to make sure you don't screw up come high school. And if you remember, do you remember this? Ax squared plus bx plus c. We're going to get into that. We're going to get back to quadratics. I think that's how we're going to finish the year. I don't want to give you anything new this year, and I think that would be fun to kind of go into. So let's go ahead and just get this problem out. If you remember, I would always say it's a Y party, and we're kicking. Guess who we don't want at the party? We don't want our X's there, right? We don't ever want X's at our parties. All right. So we're going to go ahead and write this out. This first one, 3x plus 2y is greater than or equal to negative 2. Okay. And my first step is to kick out the x. You're leaving. Sorry. We don't want you here. So now I have 2y is greater than or equal to negative 3x minus 2. The beauty of algebra is you can move stuff back and forth as long as you do the opposite operation consistently. All right. So now I'm going to get rid of this 2. I'm going to divide 2 to everything. And I'm going to have y is greater than or equal to. It wasn't a negative 2. If it was a negative 2, my sign would have flipped. Okay, don't forget that rule as well. All right. So y is greater than or equal to negative 3 over 2x. And then this is going to be negative 1. Okay. So let me just go ahead and write that up here so we don't lose everything. And then I'm going to try to delete everything else. We have x minus 1. And that worked out. That wasn't a big deal. Okay. We handled that no problem. We're good. So the next one, it's a y party. We're kicking the x out. Same method. Let's get those x's out of there. So we have x plus 2y is greater than or less than or equal to 2. Okay. Now, subtract the x. 2y is less than or equal to negative x plus 2. Okay. Then I'm going to divide 2. So I'm going to get y is less than or equal to negative 1/2 x. There's a 1 there. Plus 1. Okay. Now we're going to graph these both. Both these are here. All right. Let's go ahead and graph these two. So the first one, I'm going to go negative 1. I'm going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1 over 2. And ruler out. Let's just get kind of better at this. I know I'm getting a little sloppy. It's okay. And then I'm going to shade it that way. Now if these are zeros, you can start to get easier with this. Is 0 greater than or equal to negative 1? Is 0 greater than negative 1? You bet it. Dollar it is. All right, so we're shading over the origin. Again, why are we shading over the origin? Because the statement was true. It was a true statement. All right, let's go next level. Next one over here. All right, we're going to graph this at, let me do a better color because this is going to, I'll just do plus 1. All right, and then we're going to go down 1 over 2. Ruler out. Solid line again. Getting lucky with these solid lines. Oh, what happened there? Go back. Oh no, the eraser was open. Why is that open? Can I just do that? There we go. Thank you. Whew. All right, so what did I screw up here? This was right there, and we're going to do it this way. Okay, good. Now we're going 0 is 0 less than or equal to, this is all going away, positive 1. Is 0 less than 1? Yes, that's a true statement. So we're shading over the origin again. We're covering the origin. Now, is it pretty easy to see the overlapping portion? With the colors, it should be. And you notice that this is all going to be your answer. If someone asked you, give me a coordinate that would work in this answer, you could say over 2, down 2. over 3, -3, over 4, -4. All those points would be in your answer. All those points would be in your answer, okay? So hopefully you guys can handle this. This isn't too crazy. Hopefully this is helpful for you, and this kind of jogged your memory a little bit. Ask me questions. Let me know. You guys, your grades can go up. We're giving extra credit now through the rest of the year for your fourth quarter grade. So be on the lookout at your grade. It won't be in the grade book, but it'll be showing your grade going up. There's kind of different details the district's making us do with this, okay? So just check your grade weekly, I would say. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.